Action.
Morning.
Welcome back to the show. We got Gordon here.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice and early. Gordon's going to see the new rocket phone.
Yeah. That is pretty darn cool.
Push play.
3D already, huh? Oh.
It's just a mini clip, so, but you know.
That's pretty cool.
It will download a 3D movie in half a second. It's 400G speed versus 5G that these phones are.
You said it's a what called? What kind of
It's called
phone?
a rocket phone by NASA.
By NASA. I mean, it looks like an iPhone, kind of, huh?
Kinda.
Yeah. It's great.
Isn't it
Yeah.
great? Pause. There you go. So, Gordon, you're off to the airport. Where are you heading?
Head back home to see my family.
Home is?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
10,000 lakes or something?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
How many can you name?
And cold. I can name the Great Lakes.
The Great Lakes. Well, that's the big.
Those are the big ones. Yeah, I get the big ones right.
Right. So it's not snowing anything, right?
It's going to be low of 33 degrees today, so it could snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself. What are you doing?
Been in Cali for almost 20 years. West Side for almost 20 years.
Okay. You live at live there?
I live in the Marina City Club there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get some friends there. I live over on Bora Bora.
Okay, so you're in the neighborhood. How long have you been on this side of town?
12 years.
All right, so you've seen a change like I have.
Oh, construction all the time.
It's insane, right?
It's insane. It's great.
Yeah.
What kind of business you in?
I run schools.
You run schools, plural.
Yeah. Plural. I have 23.
23 schools, and elementary.
Middle schools, high schools.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm very blessed. I love what I do.
Well, I had a conversation before you, and I said, what do you want to do in life? And the guy said, be rich.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you don't want to be rich, one. But richness is waking up in the morning looking forward to doing your job.
Yeah.
23 schools.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I love waking up, doing my job. It's an intense, demanding job, but it's...
Where's your base?
Our schools are all over LA. Our home office is technically downtown, but I'm just not there that often. I'm at the schools most of the time.
And are you increasing? Are you adding schools all the time?
We are, yeah. We're growing. We're adding a school next year. Our first one in Compton, which we're excited about. We'll be joining the community, so...
And you fund? How do you? Is it a profitable?
It's not about profits.
But you have to make a profit to stay in business.
Well, we're nonprofit.
Oh, even better.
So we're nonprofit. We're called what's called a charter management organization. So we each school is technically its own school, but we manage the cluster of schools. We open them, we manage them, we staff them, we support them. But no, we don't make money. It's an interesting debate going on right now in politics. If you listen to the radio, they'll say charter schools are for-profit.
Right.
Yeah. It's a very, 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 very small percentage of charter schools that are doing it. We're public schools. We're funded on public school dollars. In fact, we get less money than the average public school.
Oh.
And we have to pay for our own property, so it makes... But on top of that, we're outperforming local public schools.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I had two boys, and they were in private school because they were tennis players.
Yep.
I put them around. They played the tour after going to. They got a full ride in college for tennis, and then they went around the world playing tennis. But I did the private route because they were pretty demanding schedule when playing tennis and all. But the school system I think is broke, and a lot of people think it's broke.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're fixing it. Unfortunately, the average, I think, intelligence in America is 6th grade level. We need to improve that.
We definitely do.
How are we going to do that?
Well, that's a great question. It's not an easy one. Well, you need great teachers. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Great leaders, great teachers.
And that costs money.
But it also, you need to design your system so that you can grow teachers and to be highly effective teachers. And you need to train and have great leaders. And I feel like that's what my organization, that's what Charter World does very well. We're growing teachers in effectiveness. We're creating small, safe learning places for students who have historically been underserved, and that's helping.
Do you pay your teachers more than the average
Yeah,
school?
slightly more. Like I said, it's harder because we get less money and our cost of property in Los Angeles is so expensive. It is hard for charter schools to survive.
And what's the name of your charter school?
It's called Green Dot Public Schools.
Green Dot?
Green Dot Public Schools.
And then would that be greendotpublicschools.com?
.org.
.org. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yeah.
I run a nonprofit for veterans.
Yeah.
And this show is, I'm teaching, like I said before the camera rolled, I'm teaching veterans how to take a phone and make a show with very little effort. And they keep all the sponsorship money.
That's great.
In which they can go to a local company and say, today's episode brought by greendotschools.org.
Yeah.
And all I ask is they put my 30-second commercial for SOS, which I'll give you a card on.
Sure.
It's called Supporting Our Servicemen. And for people that want to give discounts to veterans, they get listed. And when they get listed, they increase their business.
Yeah.
They earn customer loyalty. They spread patriotism.
That's right.
And it's a great way to thank our veterans with a discount.
Yes, sir. And you're obviously a veteron?
It's the assumption.
Oh.
Have you read the book, The 4 Agreements?
Yeah.
Well, what's the third agreement?
Oh, yeah, you're going to test me on that. I don't know. Remind me.
Don't make assumptions.
All right. That's right.
You read The 4 Agreements. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't read many books, but when a billionaire gives you a book, you should read it.
You should.
My buddy John Paul DeJoria gave me that book, and it's marvelous. It's got some good stuff in it.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't read The 4 Agreements, they are: be impeccable with your word. Don't take things what people say personally. Never make assumptions, what this young man just did. And the fourth is do the best you can.
Yeah.
Always do your best. And the book tells you the behind the scenes, how those 4 agreements will help live a better life, I suppose.
Yeah.
My wife thinks everyone's opinion counts. Well, when people give you their opinion, they say you're stupid or you're ugly, or they're not talking about you at all. It's them that have the problem. That's why you never take things people say personally. Too many people take those things people say personally. So, good 4 agreements. Now, if you're a book reader, you should teach all your kids to read my book. It's called Lester's Legacy, and it's the story of my life. I live a pretty bizarre life, and I used to tell people about my story, and they were so fascinated that I finally had to write it down. So now I got it in a book form on Amazon.
Give me the. We have about 5 minutes here. Give me the.
Well, okay. I was born in Beverly Hills to industry parents. Mother was sang for the big bands, and was an actress. My father was a producer. My uncle's an Academy Award-winning producer. But shortly, I was 2 years old, and my father left, flew the coop, and later on in life, I found that he joined a carnival, which is kind of bizarre. Yeah. I think he was trying to get away from the mob, to be honest with you. And so she got disillusioned with high society. She fell in love with a beatnik, and we moved from Rodeo Drive to Venice, California.
That's right.
In 1956. Venice, you didn't want to be in Venice, California in 1956.
Venice had not yet gentrified at that point.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was. We always lived in the poorest areas because he used to paint for rent.
Yeah. Were you like the Windward area, or where were you?
Pacific and 28th, I think it was.
Okay.
And we were in Life magazine, but they took advantage of him as well, and as everyone did. So then we moved to Topanga, then we moved to San Francisco, a few places, and we finally ended up in a commune in Hillsburg. And we built a treehouse. We lived in a treehouse, and then we built a log cabin, and it burnt down, and it burned 10,000 acres, nearly killed me and my sisters. They broke the camel's back. He committed suicide shortly thereafter, and my mom died from an ulcer operation. So I was 9 years old, and we were all put into homes. I was put into separately. I was put into an Italian-Mexican family in the Valley. So I went from Beverly Hills to the Valley, middle-class America. Yeah. So I have a unique perspective on life. I can see life through 3 different windows. Yeah. And it's done me well, I don't feel bad that I was an orphan. Yeah. And I always tell, and now I'm a philosopher, modern-day philosopher. And, life is what it happens, and you have to look at it as it was the right thing. life is a series of left and right turns. And my theory is you have to look at every turn you make, left turn to college, right turn not to college, as the right decision. And when you look at everything as the right decision, it basically gives you confidence in yourself, and I'm not afraid to do anything. And in fact, I want to do a motivational speaking now. So if you ever need me to motivate your kids, I'm happy to tell a lot of my incredible stories. I mean, I got some stories that will blow your mind.
Well, just in that short version right there, you've definitely have lived a very full life.
Yeah, I mean, if I died tomorrow, I had a blessed life.
Yeah.
My wife says she wants to come back as Monty. I have a French wife for 36 years, raised 2 incredible human beings, 2 boys, went on to become tennis professionals. They're very successful in life now. Life is beautiful, and you got to make it beautiful. That's though. Right. Every day is your scene in your movie, which is your life, and you can make it a wonderful scene, or you can make it a depressing, horrific scene.
We talk about this concept called agency.
Okay.
And it's a philosophical term at many levels, but in sociology and psychology, agency is about how much control do you feel like you have over your own life.
Okay.
And one of the things that we work on in my schools is that many of our kids have learned helplessness. They don't feel like they have a lot of control of their life. Super poor, violent communities, broken families, racism, depression, all the things of growing up black or brown.
Well, you're a product of your environment as well.
Right.
So in Compton, it's not
in Compton, Watts, South Central, these are communities where a lot of students have a lot of learned helplessness. So one of the things that we talk about is hope, healing, and agency. How do you help students start to feel like they have control over their lives? How do you help them heal? And I feel blessed like you. I haven't had that topsy-turvy of a life, but like every decision I make, I know is the right one, right? I'm gonna whether it is or it's not, I'm never gonna know, and I'm gonna do what I can do to live in the moment as much as I can. But helping my students understand that it's you can go through a lot in your life, but not necessarily trauma. And trauma that my students are living through is one of those things that make them feel very hopeless at times, and that's why we try to help our students overcome, like learning how to read and all those things I can do, but if you're not in the right mental space, it's tough. But I agree with you. You have to have that feeling that you can do it, because you can if you believe it.
I love it. I love meeting you.
Yes,
sir. I'm so glad we had this conversation.
Thanks for the 5:30 a.m. ride.
Great advice this young man has. And again, it's the Green
Dot Public Schools.
Green Dot Public Schools.
Yes,
23 and growing.
23 and growing.
Sign up. This guy's got the right answers.
Yes.
And if you need a motivational speaker at one of your gatherings,
yes, sir. I have your card, right?
Got my card.
Does it get your email on it?
The next one does. It's a TV show I'm producing.
Yeah, give me your email.
Called Cooking Styles of the Rich and Famous.
All right.
And that's to promote the charity. And if you guys get involved, it will promote your charity as well.
All right. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure, Monty.
Say goodbye to the crowd.
Bye. Thank you, y'all. Take care. Buy one of these phones.
Welcome back to the show. We have Omar, the chef,
hello,
as a guest today. And real quickly, I'm going to show Omar this new phone that we have.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's 3D.
How cool is that?
That's actually pretty cool. Oh, hey.
Turn left on me, and then turn right, huh?
I like this. This is cool.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
So that's a phone that is my sponsor of the show you're on right now, which is called the SOS Show. Do I turn left?
Yeah, right here.
It's sending me some weird directions here. So you're going to work?
Yeah, right now actually.
What do you do?
I'm a cook.
I know, but where?
Oh, at Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sandwich at Chick-fil-A?
My favorite sandwich has to be, it's called a cool grilled sandwich, but you can only get it as long. Here's the like tricky part. You can only get it if you order off a catering. Like you can't just get it like off the regular menu. It's only on the catering menu.
What do you mean? You mean
like
not in the store?
It's in the store. We make it in the store, but like you can't just like walk into Chick-fil-A and be like, I want a cool grilled sandwich. You have to actually get a catering order for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's one of their specialty
Yeah,
dishes.
one of the special.
You guys do catering, obviously. Okay. And Chick-fil-A is, do they give discounts to veterans?
They do actually.
Okay, so basically, I run a nonprofit called Supporting Our Servicemen, and when they get listed on ilovesos.org, a veteran puts his zip code in and finds out where to dine, where to shop, and where to stay. And I guarantee you that Chick-fil-A is not listed on the site. Well, because they haven't joined the charity.
Oh.
They have to join to get listed. And then we give them a beautiful, look at this, check this out. They put this on the front door. What does that say?
Supporting our service members, veteran discounts here.
Is that cool?
Yeah, that is.
So that tells everyone, obviously the veterans especially, that you guys are supporting them, but it also tells everyone else that you guys are patriots, right? Is this meal on here? Yeah. So I would encourage them to go to the site, sign up, join. It's $99 for lifetime membership, which is nothing. It's a tax deduction as it's advertising, and we send them a decal and to put on their window, and we list them on the site, and it's good for business.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
I'm actually gonna tell my boss about this.
I'll give you a couple extra cards, and then maybe we'll feature you guys on one of our shows. Actually, here's what we want to do. We want to invite the owner of Chick-fil-A to be a guest on the cooking show, and it supports the charity. It's a lot of fun. The show is a lot of fun.
Okay, I'll tell my boss actually. Right now at Chick-fil-A it's like a free breakfast week. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Who gets free breakfast?
Anybody. You can literally just walk in and be like, I want whatever's free today, and they give it to you, and you can walk out.
Okay, I'm gonna have breakfast. This is my last ride for breakfast. See, there's benefits to driving for Lyft. I'm going to get free breakfast today. Woohoo! I love free food.
Yeah, you don't need to purchase anything or anything. You just walk in
and get free breakfast.
And just say, I want whatever is free today.
Wow. I love food. That's not why I did the cooking show. I did the cooking show to promote the charity, because you don't know about the charity. Very few people know about it. It's been 7 years. It's a national charity. How many Chick-fil-A's are there?
There's a good amount. I say in the area, there's probably only like.
But it's a national charity.
Yeah, it's not. It's national. In the area, there's probably only like 3 that I know of. But there's a lot. It originated back east, but it's barely like making its way over here.
Yeah, I know. I see him come up. I definitely want them to be members of SOS.
Yeah, I would want them to. Like,
so the owner, I got to get to the owner.
Yeah.
Like if you get me the email, I can send them an invitation, or you can get. See, you look like a star if it comes through you to the manager. Manager looks like a star if he goes to corporate, because they should all be giving discounts. I mean, they probably all do give discounts.
Yeah.
But when you hide it, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't.
No one knows about it.
It doesn't get you customer loyalty. It doesn't increase your business. You know, and so. Someone asks, big deal, they ask, it's good, did you give it to them? It's great you give it to them, but you need to brag about it.
Yeah.
And that's what increases your business. And
yeah, that's true.
So tell us about yourself. What's your dream in life?
Oh, my dream in life is to be able to take care of my family with no worries, be able to support them, and just do everything I can as like a man growing up to do it, because my mother, she was a single mother like my whole life. My father passed away when I was 7.
Okay.
And she had to take care of me and 3 older sisters. Now my mom, she worked a lot. She worked 2 jobs actually. She was a teacher in the daytime and she was a cashier at night at Rouse. And I would never really see her. And, I just want to be able to. My mom worked her whole life to support me and my family, and she worked hard. So I want to be able to when she's older, just not worry about anything. That's really my dream, is to be able to just take care of my whole family with no worries.
You have children?
I don't.
You have a wife?
No.
Okay, so it's just right now your mother.
Right now, yeah, just my mom and my 3 sisters.
Okay. I had 3 sisters too.
It's something else.
I have 3 sisters. I shouldn't say had. I still have them.
It's something else. I like having sisters, but it's just it's I like it. It's funny. Sisters, there.
Are you the older brother?
No, I'm actually the youngest.
Oh, you're the youngest of all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So your sisters took care of you
Yeah.
when your mom was out there hustling.
Mm-hmm. It's funny though. It's more like my sisters. Honestly, my sisters acted more like brothers to me than they did like sisters. Like
Okay.
they would mess with me. They would like prank me when I was younger.
Okay.
But now when I got bigger, they stopped doing that.
You're a big guy. You beat up on your sisters there.
No, it's messed up. I can't even do that because they would all just gang up on me.
Right.
It would be 3
Three
versus
against
1.
one.
Yeah. I had no chance.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Boyle Heights.
Boyle Heights?
Yeah, it's like more towards East Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we moved over here when I was around 9, 10.
And here is Alhambra?
Yeah, Alhambra.
It's a nice little community.
Yeah, I like it. It's actually really quiet. I have a lot of nephews and nieces, and they're like my little brothers and sisters, and they go to school around here.
Okay.
I'd rather go to school here than in Boyle Heights. They go walk the streets safely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's nice. Because you're somewhat a product of your environment. You know, you live in a high crime area. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
Live in Beverly Hills, it's still crime everywhere, but a little bit less. So how long have you been with Chick-fil-A?
Actually, I just passed a little bit over a year this last month. Yeah.
Now, they're franchises? You can buy a franchise?
Mm-hmm.
How much are the franchises?
They're cheap actually, but the way Chick-fil-A does it, they're really cheap. Like it's kind of like anyone could get one, but you could only get one if you're already in the company. Like someone can't just be like, I want to buy at Chick-fil-A. Like you got to be working in Chick-fil-A for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
And then you're able to get your own.
How much time? Because
I believe it's close to like 10 years. Close to probably
10 years.
Yeah, around like 7.
So I have to wait 9 more years before I invest with you in a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in 9 years you call me, and I'll fund your first Chick-fil-A.
Thank you.
How's that sound?
Sounds actually pretty good.
Okay. 'Cause that's how it works. I mean, do they make a lot of money?
Oh, this one is actually this Chick-fil-A. I work in the one across the street from PCC. It's I believe it's like top 25 in the nation.
Oh.
It's really busy just because it's on the Rose Parade actual route, and it's across the street from PCC. So every day it's like really, really, really busy.
See, I have a story for every occasion, in practically every situation. My story for the Rose Parade is one day I ended up at a girl's house, being a bachelor and all, out there at the Rose Parade, and I left it, and I actually walked the parade, but opposite it.
Oh.
Like I'm looking for a seat, So I just kept walking block to block to block. So I actually walked the parade. It was kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's an amazing parade.
Yeah, it is. Actually, this is the first year I actually was able to be like at the parade and see, because I worked at Chick-fil-A in that morning, and
so it's on the route. They actually passed.
Yeah, it's actually like past the place, and it was ridiculously packed, really, really packed. But I actually this is the first time I was able to see the parade live, and I enjoyed it. I actually liked all the floats.
A lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, a lot of them. That was crazy. That a lot of the floats were really creative. Like I was like, oh, like how do they do that? That's all flowers. Like how do they make those?
Yeah, seeds, flowers, and anything that grows, and it's beautiful.
It is.
And to see it up close in live is really amazing. It's good on television, but it's up close. It's truly amazing.
It's a different experience.
Yeah. Well, thank you for participating in the SOS show.
Oh, it's
going to be on ilovesos.org. You can go see your segment. And if do you like guacamole?
I do, actually.
Episode 1 is my famous recipe, and I cook it and show people how to make it, and it's unbelievable. And after you do it, you have to call me and let me know what you thought,
Okay.
and let you know what your guests thought of it. It's a different way of cooking it, or making it, not cooking it. I'm making it, and I've never had it not come out well.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. Guacamole, baby. And then tequila. You gotta have some tequila with your guacamole. I represent what's called rock and roll tequila. You've seen it? It's tequila in a rock and roll bottle, in like a guitar, electric guitar, or an old classic. And it's pretty good tequila. It's darn good. And John Paul, who's just sold Patron, he's come out with a new tequila called Bandero.
Oh man.
And it's nice tequila, very nice. So I represent a couple of tequilas. A little of everything. I got my hands in a few little things. And this phone is pretty cool.
Yeah,
you saw the phone. Yeah.
That's actually a really cool phone.
Comes with 10 million songs. That's our sponsor for the SOS Show. Thank you, Rocket. Rocket phone by NASA. Google it. It's the best phone on the market. $199. 3D technology. It's a fantastic phone. We love you guys. They're giving me a phone to give to veterans to produce these shows. You know, so if you know veterans looking to get into production, I teach them how to produce a show. We give them a phone. We give them a half-hour national spot on a new network, and everybody's happy. We like when everyone's happy.
I do too.
Well, we did 13 minutes with you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Say goodbye to the crowd. Say hi, everybody.